I'm going to show you how to make a super simple and easy, delicious stir-fry recipe. Now, if you haven't noticed a theme by now on my recipe videos on my channel, they're all pretty super easy and simple because I'm a busy mom and super easy and simple are my thing. For this recipe, you will need vegetables of your choice. I have some bell pepper here. This was from our garden, so it was 3 super teeny tiny ones. You can use green bell pepper, red bell pepper, whatever you'd like. You can have a mixture of colors. I have half of an onion chopped, and it's a pretty large onion, so I'm just using half. I also have some baby carrots that I sliced up, and then I have some frozen celery left over from last time I bought celery, so it's a little bit more frozen. And I'm also going to add broccoli later on, but that's in the freezer. I don't like mushy broccoli, so it's going to be added at the very end. You can buy a bagged vegetable mix of stir-fry vegetables. You can buy individually frozen vegetables. You can use all fresh. Feel free to mix and match whatever vegetables that suits your taste. For my meat, I am using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I have trimmed the fat off and chopped them up into smaller cubes. I also have a little bit of oil in the bottom of my pan. For the sauce, you're going to need pineapple juice. I just buy a can of pineapples and make sure it's in 100% juice. You will also need some ginger, or you can use some fresh ginger. And also some soy sauce, or I like to use Bragg's liquid amino. So I have my chicken in my pan with my oil, and you can use pork, you can use beef. I've cut up cheaper cuts of steak, and I've made kind of like a beef stir fry. My favorite is chicken. I have chicken thighs here, but you can use boneless, skinless chicken breast or whatever kind of cut of meat that you would like. So I'm just going to salt this just a little bit. I don't want to add too much because my sauce already has a lot of salt in it, so I don't want it to be overly salty, and I always add salt at the table if needed. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of pepper in there, and I am just going to brown the chicken and let it cook until it's pretty much done, and then I'll start adding my veggies. Once your chicken is pretty much brown on the outside and almost thoroughly cooked, you can start adding your vegetables. Now, it's important the order you add your vegetables. If all your vegetables are frozen, they're going to pretty much all cook at the same rate pretty quickly. But carrots, bell pepper, and onion pretty much take the longest to cook. So I'm going to add those first. And if you're using raw celery, that takes a while to cook. But mine is frozen, so I'm going to wait to add it for a little bit so that way it's not mushy. This over a medium heat, and I'm going to stir it occasionally, and I'm going to put a lid on there because it'll kind of steam it and help soften the veggies, and I'm just going to cook them until they start to get tender. These have been cooking for a few minutes, and they're starting to get a little bit tender, so I'm going to go ahead and add my frozen celery, and I'm going to wait to add the broccoli till the very end. So I'm just going to continue to let that cook. My vegetables are now tender, so I'm going to go ahead and mix in my sauce and my frozen broccoli. So for the sauce, you'll need some pineapple juice, and I just use the juice of 1 can. I don't really measure. So I'm just gonna take out the pineapple rings from here. And I'm just going to add all of the juice in there. And then I'm going to also add some Bragg's liquid amino, and you can use soy sauce. Yep. Okay. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to add. I just squirt some in. I'm kind of almost out, so I'll probably just add the rest of this. I don't know, it's probably half a cup or so. I don't know. And then some ground ginger. I never measure, I just dump some in. So I probably use about half a teaspoon. And then just stir that around, and I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit, kind of bring it to a simmer, and I'm going to add my broccoli. And this is frozen broccoli. If you use fresh broccoli, it'll take a little bit longer to cook, but I'm going to keep an eye on this, and just until it starts to get a little bit softer. I don't like mushy broccoli. I still like it to have a little bit of a crunch. All the vegetables are tender now. And it is finished, so I'm gonna serve it up. And I have some, just some brown rice here that I've cooked up. Just gonna put a little bit of that into a bowl and add my vegetables and chicken with a little bit of the juice. And here you have super easy, delicious, simple stir fry. Give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.